In this video, I'm going to show you how to add a product to your simple store. So as we see on the front screen here, we have the default demo products from Woocommerce, which obviously bear no relation to whatever you might be selling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we would add new products, and then possibly if you wanted to remove these products before looking through them all, we'll do that too. Okay, so first step is obviously to get to the WordPress dashboard, which we do by typing in wp-admin. That will then open up your login screen. And once we're in, we go off to Woocommerce on the side here and we look for the products item. So clicking on that, I seem to be having a very slow internet day. All right, here we go. So we have all of these demo products that WooCommerce imported when I set up this store. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a new product, and that's really straightforward. We go up here to the top, you can click on add new over there. You'll see that there's also a link on the left hand side menu here to does basically the same thing. So depending on which one you prefer, click on it, give your product a name. I'm just going to call this product 1. Okay, and in here you'll notice that we have a box where we're going to be putting the description of the product. Now mine for some reason is defaulted to the text, which is up on the top right hand side here. You want to be using the visual one, and the visual one will give you a whole bunch of different formatting options. So it's kind of like using or creating a Word document. This last one over here opens up a few more. For some reason WordPress have decided to hide those under that toggle toolbar icon over there. So that will also give you things like strike throughs and horizontal lines, text colors, all that kind of stuff. Right, so for this product I'm just going to give it a random description. And I'm going to add a link here. Now the reason I'm doing this link to external pages is because Google likes to see links on pages, and if you have a link linking to an external website, for example, if you have a product that might have a manufacturer's page, it's a good idea to start putting links to those products on your product description. So I'm just going to put in a fake link over here, and to put in the link is really easy. You're literally going to just copy and paste whatever you want in there. So HTTPS, I'm just going to put Google in there, and that's really all it is. Click away from that and you'll see that it is a highlighted link. You can also put in some formatting for the other parts of the text that you're going to be using. So if you wanted that word in bold and italics, you can do it simply by selecting the word and then clicking on the relevant icon. Okay. Right, now the next thing that I like to do is I need to decide what product this category, or what product category I'm going to file this particular product into. The default installation of WooCommerce has created a whole lot of products or product categories over here, and obviously these are not relevant to your store. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But what you can do is you can add as many categories as you like. So I'm going to just say category 1, and you can nest these as well. As you can see, they've got clothing there, and then within clothing they have accessories, hoodies, t-shirts. So that's basically how you would create your categories and nest them if you have a whole lot of sub-items for one specific category. So click on add new category and you can see that box is ticked. If you wanted to add your product to a couple of different categories, you could do that. So there's no limit to the number of categories that you can assign to any particular product. So in this case, I'm just going to leave it at category 1. All right. Then we come along here to the block underneath your description, and this is where you would have your pricing. I have not changed the pricing from the default US to rands yet, but I will do that at some point during the videos that I'm doing. But for now, I'm just going to put in a price here of $100. Okay. If your item was on sale, you could put in a sale price over here, and what that does is it changes your price that's displayed from 100 to whatever you type in over here, and it'll strike that through. So let's do that. I'm going to put it in as 90. What's nice about this is that you can also schedule your sale from specific dates to other dates. So for instance, if you're planning a sale that happens on, say, Mother's Day or anything like that, you can put the dates in there very easily, and that sale will only run on those dates. I'm just going to cancel that for now. Right, inventory is quite important. The SKU is a unique identifier for your product, and Google are very specific about this. If you want your product pages to be listed on Google, you need to fill this out. Assuming you are manufacturing your own products, you would then obviously decide on your own SKUs, but if you are reselling other people's products, then look for the correct SKU, because then what will happen is Google will assign the same SKU, and you will appear on proper searches for that SKU. And this one, because it's a demo, I'm just going to give it demo 001. If you wanted to, you can also manage the stock. That's very easy to do. Basically, just tick that box. How much do you have in stock? And do you want people to back order the item if it runs out of stock? There's a whole lot of rules and things that you can apply if you're using the stock system. I'm not going to put this on for this video. Okay. Next up is your shipping, and one of the other videos that we will be producing will be on how to set up your shipping. Normally what I would suggest is if a product is over a certain value, then I would have a flat shipping rate, which you would obviously need to sit down with your product team and decide whether or not you want to have free shipping over a certain amount. Like, for example, Take-A-Lot, well, I think it's 500 Rand. Anything over 500 Rand, you don't pay shipping for. Anything under that, you would then obviously pay a flat rate. So that's the general way of doing that. And those you set up under various shipping classes and things like that. So for this product, I'm not going to bother with it. This is interesting. Linked products. This gives you an opportunity to upsell a product to complement the one that you have. So for instance, if you had a camera and you now had a camera bag, you could then enter the camera bag, assuming that you had already created that product within WooCommerce. You could then search for that product here, and what will happen is when it displays it on the page, you will then see maybe you'd like this product as well, and you can cross-sell to other products too. Attributes are things that are related to your product. So say for instance you have a different color product, you can add that here. A different size, you would add that in there. So you now have to add that as an attribute, and then here you would then determine your size, and that will display on the front page. Obviously I don't have different sizes for these cameras, so I'm just going to remove that attribute. Okay. Under the advanced section, you would have something to do with purchase notes, and if you mouse over here you can see what it says. Enter an optional note to send to the customer after they've purchased it. And then menu order is custom ordering position. I don't really know what that is. Enable reviews is there, so if you want people to be able to give feedback on your pages about the products that you're selling, you can leave that box ticked, and they will be able to go in and obviously decide on whether or not they want to slate your product or sing its praises. It's entirely up to you as to whether or not you want to do this. I personally would rather leave it off, because otherwise, if you have somebody who's a disgruntled customer, and trust me, there's plenty of them in the world, they're going to go on there and start, slating your product. So it depends. It can work for you, but it can also work against you. So, yeah, you need to sit and think about that one a bit. Right, more options here is basically, again, more of a WooCommerce extensions library where they want you to buy the different parts of WooCommerce that let you do different things. Not going to do any of that right now. Okay, product short description is here, so you can just type in whatever you want. This is a short description of the product. Okay, and again, you've got the option between visual and text. And you can then change things the way you want them. So let's make that red. Okay. Okay, now on the right-hand side, apart from product categories, you've also got a thing called product tags. Now, these are quite interesting because they're very similar to product categories, but they are their own search parameters. So for instance, if I type in electronics over here and I put a little comma over there, and I also put in camera over here, or else I put in a specific brand, like for example, let's just say you have a product that is made by one company, or they have several products that are made by the same company, you could then type in what the brand name is here. So for instance, I would now put Yashica. And if I had any other Yashica items in my store, by clicking on that tag, person would then be able to find all the Yashica items on the store. So tagging is quite important. Once you've built up a library of tags, you can then choose from the most commonly used tags when you're putting your products in there. Set your product image. This obviously is where you would now put the image of your product, or images if you have more than one, and it's a really straightforward thing. Select files, go to your pictures. I've just taken one that I photographed a while back for a tutorial that I did on how to photograph product. Choose that. It uploads. Very important now, when you're uploading your product, is to actually give it an alt text, because this will affect your search engine optimization. So I'm going to just put in here product 1. Oops, product 1. And Olympus loves to pre-fill all of this information out. So I just cancel that. And I'll set that as my product image. If I had additional images, I would just add them in here the exact same way. All right, so now this image is ready to be published, or sorry, this product is ready to be published. So what I do is I just click on the publish button, and it is now there. So to find that product, let's go and have a look at what it would look like in the store. Let's hit a refresh here. Okay, so there it is. It's cropped off a little bit here, so you may want to look at the way you're presenting your products, but generally this is what the product will look like once somebody loads it on their screen. And that's that. You'll see here we've got the original price, and then there was the sale price. This is where we typed in the short description of the product. We have our SKU over there. We have the category, so if we had other items in this category, by clicking on that we would then be able to pull all of those items together, and these are the tags I spoke of. So if there were any other Yashica items in the store, clicking on that tag would then bring them up in a search result. And here again are the descriptions. This is a random product linked to the external page, and if I click on that, it should take me to Google. There we go. Let's get out of Google. So that is how you would add products to your store. Very straightforward, but if you have any questions about the process, please just leave a comment and I'll help you as best I can. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.